Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Heather. This is my first service as Heather Cobb, actually. And I use the pronouns both she and they. We would like for you to please take this opportunity to silence any electronic devices that you may have. And we also want to take a few moments to welcome any guests that we have here today. We are very glad that you've decided to spend your morning with us. And for all of our regulars, we're also glad that you are here with us. We have one announcement as far as I'm aware. We just found out that last night there was a mass shooting that was at an LGBTQ nightclub called Q in Colorado. And I believe that 5 people were killed in the shooting. So I would like to just take a moment of silence. So now let's move on to the chalice lighting with our opening words. I would like for Chris to assist me with lighting the chalice. Our opening words with the chalice lighting are the responsive reading in the blue books. It's number 440. From the fragmented world of our everyday lives, we gather together in search of wholeness.
By many cares and preoccupations, by diverse and selfish aims, are we separated from one another and divided within ourselves.
Yet we know that no branch is utterly severed from the tree of life that sustains us all.
We cherish our oneness, those around us, and the countless generations that have gone before us.
We would hold fast to all of good we inherit, even as we would leave behind us the outworn and the false.
We would escape from bondage to the ideas of our own day and from the delusions of our own fantasy.
Let us labor in hope for the dawning of a new day without hatred, violence, and injustice.
Let us nurture the growth in our own lives of the love that is shown in the lives of brothers and to raise those lands filled with your power.
In this spirit we gather, in this spirit we pray. And now we will recite our covenant. Please rise if you are able and willing. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. You may now be seated. We are going to move to the offering. We could not do all that we do in this church without the generous spirit of all of you. So if the Spirit calls to you to give anything, any amount, we would be so grateful. And remember the 3 T's, time, treasure, and talent. So if you are lacking in treasure, that is completely okay. I fully believe that we all have either time or talent to give as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns. We have 2 joys or sorrows. The first one is from Daniel and Heather Cobb. It is a joy. Someone already spilled the the beans, I'm sure, but we got hitched on the 12th. Forever thanks to UUCP for being where we met each other. And then Ed King is a sorrow. Oh, and this one was announced. The mass shooting last night at the LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado with 5 dead and at least 18 injured. We'll also light a candle for all those unspoken joys and sorrows that we hold in our heart. And I know that we're doing things a little out of order due to the nature of the service. We wanted to get all the technical stuff out of the way before we started with the memorial. So I apologize for the confusion for a lot of you guys. Now we are going to do the time for all ages. I see that there are no children, but I still want the book read. Marcy is going to read a book called My Shadow is Purple.
This is the book. I'm sure it would be nice if we had slides of it, because it's a cute book. Can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay. My Shadow is Purple. This book is for Colin. You are loved exactly as you are. And it is written by Scott Stewart. My dad has a shadow that is blue as a berry, and my mom is as pink as a blossoming cherry. There are only these choices, a 2 or a 1, but mine is quite different. It's both and it's none. If theirs are straight, then mine is a circle, for my shadow is different. My shadow is purple. My shadow loves playing with all sorts of toys. Things loved by girls and things loved by boys. I dance with the pinks, and they turn and they spin, and play sports with the blues as they lose and they win. Some of my friends think I'm simply confused, but the thing I love most is not having to choose. Some tell me I'm blue. Only blues can be strong, but my mom's strong too, so I think that they are wrong. Some tell me I'm pink, 'cause pink's the most caring, but Dad's always crying and loving and sharing. Why can't I love sports and dancing and trains and ponies and glitter and engines and planes? Why must I choose and exclude all the rest? I love choosing both because both is the best. And now it is time for the greatest event. The school dance is here. The invite has sent. I'm ready to rock, and I'm feeling real cute. My mom made my skirt, and my dad made my shirt. I bounce through the door and gasp as I enter. The room is split in two, right down the center. Blue shadows go left and pink shadows right. Once we're split up, we'll kickstart that night. Everyone laughs as they head to their zones, and right in the middle, I'm left all alone. Look to the left where the shadows are blue. They wave me over, saying, "You are blue too." Then I look to the right as I struggle to think. They call me over, "Come on, you are pink." The teacher walks up, looking rather amused. "I know you are different, but now you must choose." My heart just starts racing, and tears fill my eyes. I know I must choose, but I don't understand why. The room has gone quiet, and everyone's looking. My cheeks are so red, they feel like they're cooking. If I cannot be purple, then I cannot stay. I'll leave and go home, I quietly say. I slowly start walking. My legs are like jello. A voice breaks the silence. My shadow is yellow. My eyes open wide. My shadow, it gawks. A child walks to the middle, looks up and talks. There's more than two colors, and shadows can be. I was too scared before, but blue is not me. I know from outside blue fits like a glove, but my shadow's yellow, which to me feels like love. They turn with a smile and take hold of my hand. Who wants to join us? There's room for here to stand. At first no one moves, then a hand's in the air. My shadow's as brown as a grizzly bear. My shadow is red, mine's silver, mine's green, mine's violet, mine's orange, mine's aquamarine. They all rush to join us, whatever their color, blue, pink, and purple, and shadows called other. I look at each shadow, no two are the same. On each happy face, there's no trace of shame. Each different and special and fully unique. No color's stronger and no color's weak. The teacher comes over as we join as one. Whatever your color, start dancing, have fun. And this is the book.
And now, if you are able and willing to rise, please join us in singing from the Teal hymnal, How Could Anyone? It's number 1053. You may now be seated, and we will have a message from Chris.
Hello again. I am Chris, they, them. I'm going to give you a small history on Transgender Day of Remembrance, which is the day we are here to celebrate today. Transgender Day of Remembrance is an annual observance that's held on November 20th every year. Today we will honor the lives and memories of those who were lost to acts of anti-transgender violence. We gather each year not just to remember and honor, but to continue to fight for justice so that we can live in a world where we are accepted for just being ourselves. This tradition started in 1999 by transgender advocate Gwendolyn Ann Smith. The idea for the first Transgender Day of Remembrance originally stemmed from the 1998 death of Rita Hester, a transgender woman who had been killed in Massachusetts. Smith had noted the similarities in Hester's murder and that of Chanel Pickett just 3 years prior, and how no one seemed to remember Pickett's death when referencing Rita's. The first vigil was held in honor of them, as well as all other transgender people who were lost to violence that year. It became an annual tradition that has grown into an international day of remembrance that is observed globally. Today marks the 23rd anniversary of Trans Day of Remembrance. Gwendolyn Smith once said, "Transgender Day of Remembrance seeks to highlight the losses we face due to anti-trans bigotry and violence. I am no stranger to the need to fight for our rights, and the simple right to exist is first and foremost. With so many seeking to erase transgender people, sometimes in the most brutal ways possible, it is vitally important that those we lose are remembered and that we continue to fight for justice." These services, like the one we're having today, help to raise awareness of violence and discrimination against transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming people. And in this observance, we call for the many who stand on the sidelines in silence to speak and act with our trans family to end this violence. As part of our service today, we will speak aloud and light a candle for those that we have lost to transgender violence here in the United States this year. We do realize that there are many names that will not be called that have been lost throughout the entire world, and we will take a moment to honor them as well. We will also take a moment to honor all of the lives that were lost in 2021 beyond November 20th, 2021, who did not get their moment of silence and their candle to be lit. We're going to start with a moment of silence and the lighting of our large candle. Now I'm going to ask forward Honor, Charlotte, Laura, and Heather. We have a 4-part reading. It is a prayer that was created by a Unitarian Universalist pastor specifically for Trans Day of Remembrance in 2001.
Spirit of life, God of many names and one transforming abundant love.
Broaden our imagination to see you in the faces of all those we meet along the way.
May your teachers come in all shapes and sizes, all genders,
and all sexes.
And may we have the courage to hear their lessons so that our lives may be moved. We live in a world whose bodies are sometimes broken, or broken down, or weighted under burdens that none could hope to carry alone.
We live in a world where we all have the capacity we ever needed to make another life that's so much easier.
And yet we don't always use our power to help. We don't always allow others in.
We don't always accept help when it is offered.
We don't always know when we can no longer do it alone. Spirit of life, open our hearts to the community of souls that surround us.
Allow our words to be softened before the miracle of healing.
Strengthen our voice so that it may be a service to others.
And stir in us compassion when it is gone, temperance when we are in our might,
And hope when it is hard to find. We especially hold dear this morning all the lives who have suffered harm for the bodies that they were born into.
For the genders whose expression didn't stand up to the gaze of society.
And the lives that were lost due to violence or fear of hatred or self-doubt.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate your help. So at this time on the projector, we will see the pictures of the 6 trans women who passed in 2021 that were not honored in 2021, and I will read their names. Zanaya Williams, she, her, age 21. Nikki Toretta, she, her, age 31. Kiva Scatter, she, her, age 34. Ruby Dominguez, she, her, age 29. Martina Caldera, she, her, age 38. And Jerry Judd, she, her, age 60. These women all lost their lives in 2021, but were either lost them after November 20th, 2021, or were not reported until 2022. These women were all killed due to anti-transgender violence in some way. Now we will read the 2022 names. When we read these, I would like for every member of the congregation to come up, take a candle, and light one for the name. So as I read a name, if we could just start on this side with Ed. Ed will stand up, light a candle with the first name, and then you can just sit back down holding the candle. And we'll just do this side of the room and then this side of the room so that we have all 32 candles lit. At the end of the reading of the names, we'll take a moment of silence, and then you guys can blow out your candles. The first name, Amari Lee, she, her, 20 years old. Duval Princess, she, her, 24 years old. Cypress Ramos, she, her, 21 years old. Naomi Skinner, she, her, 25 years old. Matthew Angelo Spamarito, he, him, 21 years old. Paloma Vasquez, she, her, 29 years old. Tatiana LaBelle, she, her, 33 years old. Catherine Katie Newhouse, she, her, 19 years old. Kenyatta Keisha Webster, she, her, 24 years old. Maya Love Parker, she, her, 25 years old. Ariana Mitchell, she, her, 17 years old. Fern Feathers, she, her, and they, them, 29 years old. Ray Musket, he, him, 24 years old. Nidra Sequence Morris, she, her, age 50. Shnelika Yella Dior Hemingway, she, her, 30 years old. Sasha Mason, she, her, 45 years old. Brazil Johnson, she, her, 28 years old. Charmaine Giselle Marie, she, her, 27 years old. Kitty Monroe, she, her, age unknown. Martasia Richmond, she, her, 30 years old. Keisha Chanel Getter, she, her, 26 years old. Sherry Bush, she, her, 48 years old. Maricela Castro, she, her, 39 years old. Hayden Davis, she, her, 28 years old. Candy Reed, she, her, 29 years old. Aaron Lynch, he, him, 26 years old. Maddie Hoffman, they, them, 47 years old. Dee Dee Ricks, she, her, 33 years old. And I know we are out of people in the congregation.
Some of us can do too.
Yes, please. I would appreciate that. Maya Allen, she, her, 35 years old. A.C. Morrison, two-spirited person, 30 years old. Samaj Billingsley, he, him, 33 years old. I just need one more person. Tiffany Banks, she, her, 25 years old. I'd like to take a brief moment to honor the lives that have been lost this year to anti-transgender violence. I want you to go throughout your day holding in your heart each of these names, each of these 32 people that we've lost this year, strictly for being who they are. Go ahead and blow out your candles. We are going to have the congregation, Laura and the choir, sing hymn number 170. We are a gentle, angry people.
And now we will have some closing words. If you want to follow along, it is 686. And I will be skipping the middle stanza. Go in peace. Live simply, gently at home in yourselves. Act justly. Speak justly. Remember the depth of your own compassion. Forget not your power in the days of your powerlessness. Crave peace for all people in the world, beginning with yourselves, and go as you go with the dream of that peace alive in your heart. And with that said, go now in peace.